Greetings, and thank you for joining us for the fourth episode of the Young Justice Review on DC Animation with Spenser and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast production. Today, I'm joined by my dear friend.
Hello, hello, everyone. Back again.
Back again. Cassidy is here. And hopefully for the whole season, we're gonna see.
We're doing our best.
We're back, we're getting there. We're chugging along. And I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC Animation. Today we will be reviewing season 1, episodes 7 and 8. So, episode 7 is Denial. I'll read a synopsis in my words and then we're just going to talk about it. So, we open with the Helmet of Fate. We are taken to New Orleans where Kent Nelson goes to see Madame Xanadu to speak to his late wife. He is unimpressed with her and then he gets abducted. Calder and Superboy are sparring while Artemis and McGann try to push each other away from Superboy so that they can have him. Red Tornado tells the squad who Kent Nelson is and that he's missing. Kent Nelson is being tortured by Abracadabra and Clarion, and the squad arrives to the Tower of Fate. The tower asks why they are there, and Wally lies trying to impress Miss Martian, so a lava pit opens up. Kent Nelson and his abductors enter the tower shortly thereafter. Miss Martian tells the truth, and the tower closes the pit. Wally admits that he doesn't believe in magic, and the squad ends up in the snow, where Wally and Artemis grab Kent Nelson's cane, and then they are teleported to Kent Nelson, who is able to escape his kidnappers and explains the deal to Wally and Artemis. They end up on the roof of the tower, and Kent is attacked by Clarion. Before dying, Kent tells Wally to believe. Wally puts on the helmet, and Nabu takes over to defeat Clarion. Nabu wants to keep Wally's body, but Kent is able to negotiate him out of that. So Wally is released and he keeps the helmet as a souvenir. That's the episode.
That's the episode.
So, Cassidy, do you have any familiarity with Dr. Fate?
Shockingly, listeners, I do have some familiarity with Dr. Fate. That was a character that appeared briefly on Smallville, but the episode stuck with me. So the moment this episode here for Young Justice opened on the helmet, I was like, oh my gosh, we're about to get into something right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, how do you feel about the spooky and the witchy and like all of that stuff?
I really enjoy that kind of stuff. That's not how um Dr. Fate was presented to me necessarily. It never was something I saw as a magical being or anything like that. But on outside of that, the moment I was like, oh, we're talking spooky, ooky, ghosts, bump in the night, that kind of stuff is fun. And I like when it kind of is a genre crossover kind of feeling almost. I enjoyed that.
Okay, okay. So Dr. Fate, I guess in what capacity was he in Smallville? Because you said that he wasn't this.
No, he was in a two-episode arc in which Clark and Oliver kind of discovered that the Justice Society existed. And we, the viewers of Smallville, are introduced to these characters. And that's when we find Kent Nelson is one of those members of the Justice Society that's still around. And he was in Smallville. The way Kent Nelson was presented was very um kind of had lost his mind, has had gone crazy due to wearing the mask, the helmet,
Okay.
and was kind of a, I don't want to say sad in a pitying kind of way character, because when he became Dr. Fate, it was Dr. Fate. It was a really cool situation, but it was just you really felt for the Kent Nelson character, whereas in Young Justice, I was like, this is the sophisticated old man situation, which was not how I knew him. So even when I was taking my notes, I didn't even connect it as being the same man, like the same person, which granted, I had to go back and look at Smallville to see that it was also Kent Nelson in Smallville, because sometimes I have learned that just because they are this hero doesn't mean that they are this person.
Yeah. Because especially with Dr. Fate, like it can be a mantle, like
Mhm.
anybody can put on the helmet of fate technically. So
Mhm.
yeah, like I figured, yeah, you might have to go back and check to see if it was actually Kent Nelson. But usually Kent Nelson is who we see rocking the helmet of fate.
Okay.
So yeah, this is kind of how I know Dr. Fate. He is the mystical authority in DC oftentimes. He's one of those people, like he's usually way too much to actually be involved. Like if he gets involved, it's going to be over because he's too
Okay.
much. So usually he's usually in the background and he gives advice to a lot of the magical characters. But yeah, he's usually tied to the mystical side of DC, generally speaking. And yeah, he's got the Tower of Fate. And he, again, if we're looking at like tiers of people, he's in that upper tier of like, yeah, if he gets involved, then it's a big deal, or that's where we are as far as the tiers that are happening.
That makes sense. He was definitely, from how I knew him, when he became like when Ken Nelson became Dr. Fate in the episodes, he was definitely used as a catalyst for some major arcs for certain characters.
Okay. So yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. So we just open like it's just the helmet of fate.
Yeah,
Like they're just letting you know like
this is
from
about.
open like this is what we're doing today.
Yes.
And then we're taken to New Orleans. And I know that typically when I saw the Helmet of Fate and then we were in New Orleans, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're doing some spooky shit." Like
Hmm.
that's like there may be some voodoo shit that happens because that's what, I think of. And he goes to Madame Xanadu. Now, Madame Xanadu is usually not a charlatan. Usually she's legit as far as
Okay.
her magic use. But in this, yeah, they just kind of used her to uh basically say that there are people out here faking.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, she, tries to hustle him and it doesn't work. Now, what we find out kinda is that he's not actually like I mean, yes, he's interested in talking to his wife, but the real reason he's there is to find somebody for the Helmet of Fate. And we don't know that until later. But that's why he's like, "Oh, I'm woefully unimpressed by what you have going on here. Like this is trash."
I initially was so annoyed at him for laughing at her, and then I was like, "Oh, never mind.
Yeah, once he pointed out all the fake, you were like, "Oh,
Never
well,
mind. Laugh at her."
yeah, she deserves to be laughed at."
Yeah.
Were you familiar with Kent Nelson's voice actor?
I did not have the chance to look him up, so please enlighten me.
So Ed Asner is like a super famous, like he's been in a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And in our lifetime, he's played an old man in things. You've seen Up.
Yes.
He's Carl.
Ha ha.
I know him from the Boondocks. He's Ed Wunsler in the Boondocks. Like that was when I really like got familiar with his voice. But
Okay.
yeah, like he in our lifetime, he's very much just played the old guy because he is an
He's
old
the
guy
old guy.
by the time we are, alive to see him do anything.
Got it.
But yeah, like he's one of those people, like all of his work is from before our time.
Okay.
Like all of his major work, I guess. Like if you go to his Wikipedia, you're gonna be like, "Yep, not nope, that's before." And you may have seen it, you may be familiar with it, but like as far as when it happened, yeah, we weren't there.
Got it.
So, I love him as an old guy because that's yeah. So
Make
anyway, um, he gets kidnapped.
yes.
Like a dude in a ponytail just kind of shows up and snatches him up. And then we see Calder and Superboy are having a little sparring match, training. And Artemis is like, Calder's pretty great, right?
Yeah.
He's a strong leader and that's a move, right?" And she's like, "I mean, he's like a big brother to me, but you know who you should talk to? Wally."
Molly.
Which is funny because Wally's been trying to have Miss Martian this whole time, and
Hmm.
this shows us that she is not interested in Wally.
Hmm.
But it was funny to me because they were both they had an agenda. Like
Yes.
this wasn't them actually believing what they were saying. This is them saying, "Let me get you away from him because I want him, so let me push you in a different direction."
Correct.
That's what this actually was.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I thought that that was hilarious. So, what do you want to happen, or what do you think is going to happen? What do you have any predictions on what romantic involvements do or don't happen? Do you think there are going to be any?
There's going to be them because they're a bunch of teenagers that have to spend a bunch of time together, and that's the drama that's required of their relationships, I feel like. Um, I have hopes and dreams. I don't think any of them will be fulfilled as each episode goes on, and I'm just getting more and more sad about it.
Because
I
this episode hints at something heavily.
Yeah, it does. So I really from Miss Martian's arrival. I really liked her and Aqualad because I liked how he was with her, and I was like, all right, this is a good duo. You got like the strong, like silent type, and then you've just got this girl that's really peppy, but like also strong in a different sense of things. And I was like, I like that vibe. Didn't want her for Wally. I've been loving Wally more and more every episode. I don't like him with either of these girls.
Okay.
I don't like him with Miss Martian because I want her with Aqualad. I don't like him with Artemis because I don't trust her. But that's
Okay.
information only I have, and he does not. So
Yes.
it's
Well, he
frustrating.
don't trust her either.
Oh, I
Like
mean,
when he walked in,
yeah,
he was like, "I
yeah.
don't trust you."
But it's when I like that he doesn't trust her, but it's the other when they're like, "Oh, look at him." I'm like, "No,
Ew.
don't look at him. Leave him alone. He's being smart about her." So there are those thoughts. I like Wally a lot. I just don't see him with either of them. And then I know that there's been hinting and eyebrow raising at Connor and Miss Martian, and I could be convinced. I just really felt strongly the first episode that she was fully in that I was like, oh, I want this.
Yep. And it's usually how it is. It's like I've made my decision.
Yes,
This is what I want.
which we'll talk further in this episode when we talk about the next episode on
Yeah.
I have more thoughts on that from episode 8.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, of course, Aqualad loses, and Superboy's like, "Yeah, Black Canary taught me that." So it's like, okay, things are getting better.
Yes.
He's you know, acclimating to needing help
Right.
and accepting it. And so yeah, he's actually learning, getting better, improving. And Red Tornado's like, "Hey, this is Kent Nelson. He's been missing for 23 days, and that's unlike him."
Hmm.
So I was like, 23 days is a long time. Also,
Yeah.
he's 106.
They said that so casually. I was like,
Like that is a
okay.
very old man.
Oh, so old.
So yeah, we see that Kent Nelson is being tortured by Abracadabra and Clarion. I don't know if Abracadabra's name is ever stated, but that is his name.
Okay.
And the episode tells you what his situation is. And I guess Clarion too. Did you have feelings about either of them?
Um, the Clarion's the little thing,
The Witch Boy.
oh,
His name is Clarion the Witch Boy.
he was just kind of gross. That was my thoughts on him. I was like, you look
That is
sickly,
correct. That is
and
correct.
like
You
he's
will.
gray.
I hate him.
Gross.
He's the fucking worst. I
Um,
hate Clarion so much.
for real, like, oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's
The
awful.
moment he came on screen, I was like, get that off.
Good.
Yeah.
And so the squad arrives to the Tower of Fate, and Wally basically is like, we know that Wally doesn't believe in anything, but because Miss Martian does, he's trying to front, and he's trying to be like, yeah, magic.
Yeah.
Of course I'm a believer.
He did
Because,
he did upset me there. I was like, nah, you got to be sweeter to her. Don't lie to her.
yeah. And that's the thing, like, you're playing with stuff that you don't really understand because we know when we saw the Helmet of Fate, we knew the game. And so now we're like, you stupid, stupid boy.
Stupid.
You have no idea. And yeah, they're all like, so you just don't believe in magic? And he's like, no, I believe
Mhm.
in science. Here's why. So yeah,
This hyperspeed running.
yes.
Nonsense. Does
Because
not.
they
Oh,
said to him, like, you can break the sound barrier. And they were like, yeah, science.
science. If I eat enough, I can go fast enough. And blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, um, they go to the tower and the tower's not there, and it's like, yeah, you have to believe. And even Calder's like, I spent time working on magic shit. Like that's what I
Yeah.
was doing in the water where I live.
Yes.
I was studying magic. He was like, yeah, that's just more science.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, this kid.
And no, I get it. Like, based on the life Wally has lived, yeah, I see why he's like, no, it's just science.
Right.
So, the tower pops up because Calder's like, I believe it's here. And they open it. And the tower is what the kidnappers wanted all along. I was under the impression that the tower would disappear once they were in it, but the tower's just there. So yeah, the rest of them, the kidnappers and Kent, they just walk in too.
Hmm.
And so the tower's like, state your intentions. And Wally's like, we're here because we believe. Yeah, and the floor opens up. And
I,
it's a problem.
it's a problem.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
I was just like, you know what? I'd do it to him too. I
No,
would
that's what he did.
be
Yeah,
like, I'm done with you, kid.
yeah, that was the correct response from the house.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a pit of lava, Aqualad and Miss Martian are struggling
Mm-hmm.
because heat is a problem for them. And Calder says, like, heat is a problem for us. Like, this is not good.
No.
And uh unfortunately, Connor loses his boots and
Yep.
he's pissed about it.
He's so irritated.
Which I understand. And I know that I like the voice actor for him, but like that
Hmm.
moment was really good to me. Like
Hmm.
the animation and voice acting combo of when he lost his boots, I was like, that was a good like tiny moment. Like you could see on his face how pissed he was. You could hear in his voice how pissed. Like
Yes.
that whole moment, I was like, everything about that. Like it was the smallest moment, but I was like, I loved it because he was so pissed.
It was like you said, I understand too. In the world of which Connor has lived in that moment, like, yeah, that's gonna be the thing that upsets me of all of that. Because
Yeah.
what else do I have to be upset about right now?
Yeah, and he said, those were my favorite boots. This guy better be worth it.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I, Connor, I'm with you. Because this didn't have to happen. Like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, this could have been avoided. We don't know that yet, but it could have been avoided. So they go into the house, and then Miss Martian is like, oh, we just need to tell the house the truth. Because the reason we're here is because Wally lied. And so she tells the house the truth, and
Can I
Wally
the
is.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
good.
Sorry. I don't know if you're about to comment on what I'm about to comment on.
No, go ahead.
The use of megalicious.
Oh yeah, I that was gross. I didn't like it.
Again, I've been loving Wally more and more each episode, and this episode has me,
Kind
he's
of sent
on
you the
edge
other
with
way.
me right now.
Okay,
I was
and
like,
that's the. There will be times when yeah, like certain things would be like, oh, I didn't like that.
"Ugh."
So yeah, Wally's basically like, yeah, I don't believe in magic. And then they go through a door that takes them to the snow, and they find Kent Nelson's cane. And of course, Artemis and Wally both grab it, and it doesn't let them go. And then they are teleported just away as far as we're concerned. And so Kent Nelson is on, the forever stairs. And then eventually he's like, oh, good, my cane. And then he just kind of frees himself, and Clarion just being annoying. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate him.
Golly, get it, bro. Yeah.
So Kent Nelson explains the deal to Wally and Artemis. Because with Abracadabra, Wally's like, no, he's not a magic dude. He's just using future tech. And Kent Nelson is like, that is correct. However,
But
that other kid, that other kid with the cat, he's a problem.
yeah.
And he really is. But They end up on the roof of the tower, and Clarion is up there, and Kent Nelson gets attacked, and then he makes a bubble. And Kent Nelson is going to die. And
Yes.
he's like, I will finally get to be with my love. That is what I've wanted this whole time.
And it's not and stuff.
Now, Wally, you need
Mhm.
to believe and sleep. And it's like, oh, okay. So Wally's like, well, I gotta do something. So he puts the helmet on.
Which stressed me the hell out.
I'm sure. And good. That's what I wanted it to do. And I wanted it to stress you out, especially like later.
Mm.
And yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. But
Yes, we will. I have plenty to say.
yeah, so he puts the helmet on, and Clarion is kind of just talking shit, like, yeah, like that host body you have is trash. And
Mm.
then Dr. Fate is like, well, I use a host body. You use a familiar. Do you know what a familiar is?
Apparently, the cat.
Yeah. A familiar, as far as I understand it, is an animal companion that helps witches. So when I think familiar, I think Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Ah, my guy. Okay.
So I feel like familiars are usually cats.
I think
Um,
witchcraft speaking most commonly, yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, like at least when I've seen familiars, they're usually cats. But and then yeah, like I guess I had seen them forever, but like I didn't know what they were or what familiar referred to until after I read the Bible.
Hmm.
Because yeah, Leviticus makes it real clear, like we don't do that.
Hmm.
I am the Lord your God. But anyway, um, yeah, Dr. Fate's like, I use a host body. Cool. You use a familiar and then attacks the cat. And then he's like, you would attack a poor defenseless. We both shut up. We know the game.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can't believe he just attacked the cat. And I was like, wait, no, it's a bad cat. Hold on. I don't think I'm supposed to be okay with that. Or wait, am I? Hold on.
Because that's the thing, like, as far as you're concerned, the cat is innocent.
Yeah, I
Like,
was like, what are we doing?
like the cat didn't, you haven't seen the cat do anything bad.
Correct. In that moment, I was like, I was upset. I was like,
Yeah, like
what
the
are
cat was just kind of
you
over there chilling while Clarion is being terrible.
correct.
So yeah, but Wally puts on the helmet and yeah, like they have all this exchange.
Hmm.
And while that's happening, Kent Nelson and Wally are inside of the helmet talking. And
Hmm.
Kent Nelson is explaining to him like, "Hey, you put on the helmet, you are now in the back seat. Like
Hmm.
you're not driving, you're not doing anything, you're just here. But Naboo is controlling everything right now." Clarion is defeated, and then Naboo gets in there, and Wally's like, "Yeah, we won. I'll take my body back." And Naboo's just like, "No,"
Nah.
and he's
Hmm.
like, excuse me."
Hmm.
Naboo said, "No, the world needs Doctor Fate. Clearly, and I'm
Hmm.
tired of being sidelined. Clearly, Kent, you haven't put me on in a while, and I don't like it.
Hmm.
So the world needs Fate. I'm keeping this boy's body." And Kent Nelson is like, "I promise you don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
Like, he is not a good body for you.
Not
He
this one.
belongs to science. He does not belong to the mystic arts. This is not the right vessel for you.
Right.
I will keep you company until we find you somebody." And Kent Nelson he was really just trying to get to his wife. He was
Yes.
trying to reunite with his wife. And so Wally's like, "But your wife?" And Kent is like, "What's another 60,000 years?"
That the way he was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I was like,
Eternity is forever.
what's another 60,000 years? Well, I will say only in this case, you are only 100 years old, so that's a lot more.
A lot more. Like, a lot more.
A little bit.
But okay. So, yeah, Dr. Fate agrees to release Wally's body, which was the right move because honestly, again, Dr. Fate, you're not going to get full, like, you're not going to be what you need to be in
No.
Wally's body. Wally does not have an affinity for this. And that's one of the things that again we kind of learned from Clarion is that like it's better for Dr. Fate if he's got a vessel who's already in the game.
Right.
So, yeah. The problem with that is who do we know on the team who has studied mystic arts? We're going to see what happens.
I didn't even connect.
Dr. Fate might be black. Who knows? We're going to see.
We're gonna see.
We're going to see. So, Wally is, kind of talking through the situation with Artemis.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
like, yeah, my brain was rewritten. It was still science. And she was like, "You stupid boy. You just don't get it." And then, ringing in his head is like, find you a Spitfire. Somebody
Mhm.
who won't let you get away with nothing. And
Nope.
and
Oh,
that was the classic, like, oh shit, they're pointing us in a direction.
when that echo happened, I was like,
You were like, stop it."
No, I don't want it.
Now, just know there are going to be more people in the show, obviously. So we don't know what's going to happen.
No.
But we got to work with who we got right now.
Right.
Because, like, Robin ain't been romantic with nobody.
Well, he's 13.
Yes, you're right. He's
The
13.
baby.
He is a baby. And we assume that everybody else is at least a little older.
I know the only two I know are Robin's 13 and Molly's 15. And then I assume Speedy and Calder are like 17, 18. Or I
Yeah,
say
like
I don't
I
know how old the Aqua people.
yeah, I put Calder at like 16.
Okay.
Um, I think I'd put Artemis around 15, 16 as well.
Okay.
Because she's still in school, which we find out in the
Right.
next episode.
Yes.
And then, yeah, Connor is, a few days old.
Yeah, he's whatever he is.
And then Miss Martian is like
Whatever she is.
super old. Yeah, because, yeah, their ages don't matter.
No.
Yeah, like
No.
they're kind of just like, it's whatever, they're aliens.
Yep.
Like, they're not people. So,
Mhm.
um, we enjoyed this episode.
I had a great time with this episode. I had a lot of fun. Again, it was a mo the moment that the helmet came on screen, I was like, I might know what we're about to get into. I was so excited that I was going to be kind of given a storyline that I was not that I was familiar with this episode storyline, but I was like, okay, I can probably keep up with some of these people that are about to happen because I generally know what happens when that mask is around, kind of.
Okay,
So I had fun
excellent.
with that.
And again, because they kept it, we're probably going to see it again.
I am so upset about so here's some things I guess I am asking questions on more than I am making commentary on. And that is I was surprised that Nabu wanted to keep Wally in the helmet because I understood Dr. Fate as being one that looks for a host that is optimal for him and seeing as all well so my thought is Wally actually a good option and it's the humans that are like no not him because like Dr. Fate should know what's
So,
best
great
for him.
question. I think keep that in mind as we move forward
Okay.
because we don't know if it could end up being Wally later. We like it was made very clear to me after watching this episode. Okay, the helmet is not go like the helmet's gonna be somebody's gonna be in this helmet at some point.
Yes.
And I want you to really think about what it is that Dr. Fate said. Dr. Fate said the world needs Dr. Fate.
Yes.
That's why he wasn't going to release Wally. The only reason he released Wally is because Kent said he's not your best option.
Yes.
And so you're thinking in the right direction because maybe Wally does become the better option because this whole episode is about making Wally believe. Like
Yes.
that's the whole like premise of this episode is like Wally is a non-believer and then he has an experience that changes his mind even though he won't admit it.
Right.
And he is keeping the helmet of fate. So
Yes. That stresses me out too.
it
Just looking it
could
out like
it could
that.
be a situation where Wally becomes the new Dr. Fate. We don't know. Well,
I
we don't know.
I found that very interesting. And I actually, before we recorded this today, I went and rewatched the Dr. Fate episodes of Smallville so I could remember exactly what was happening there and if I remembered things correctly. And so that's why that bit made me intrigued because we kind of leave off with the whole Dr. Fate situation of so Hawkman's in this episode and he's taken the helmet and he was like, I'll keep watch over it until it deems someone worthy of it. And so that's why in this episode I was like, okay, that's interesting if they're saying he's just trying to take Wally and if Wally's not necessarily optimal as a candidate, or is he? And for some reason Dr. Fate's like, okay, well, I guess for not right now, which doesn't feel Dr. Fate like to me, but that's he is a being that is far more knowing than I am. So he is a strategy because he can see down
Yeah,
the line.
all the things. Okay.
So that was just interesting. But yeah, I got a little stressed out too, though, seeing that that's what he took and put on display for his little souvenir. Because, and I don't know if this is correct too. I understand the helmet to be like that is Dr. Fate. Like it's a sentient object and it's just being there. And so in Smallville, like it whispered and would talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
and it scared me. Maybe I should have been more spooked ooked when I watched it. But like so it just being out and about
Doesn't make you feel
made me
safe.
queasy. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Great.
Yeah, good. Okay. We're gonna see what happens. There's a whole lot of season left.
Yes.
So this we might not see anybody put on the helmet of fate this season. We might see a few people put on the helmet of fate. Who knows?
Who knows? Not me yet.
Not you yet, but we got time. So good. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. So let's talk about episode 8, Downtime. We open in Gotham City, where the squad is getting their ass beat by Clayface. Batman drops through the skylight and saves the day, and it was a simulation all along. Batman tells Aqualad that being here halfway is unacceptable, and Aqualad takes some time to go visit his home, Atlantis. Calder eventually finds his old friends Tula and Garth, and Atlantean scientists are confused about a creature that's been frozen but is still alive. My nigga Black Manta is clearly up to something. Dick is pissed that earlier Calder was the one who got the secret meeting, and Calder tells Tula that he's considering returning to Atlantis. Aquaman announces an incoming heir, and before being summoned to the Watchtower, Calder tells Tula that he wants to stay with her in Atlantis. Tula responds by telling him that she and Garth are together. Then, terrorism starts happening. Aqualad deduces that they are after the Science Center, so he goes there to handle it. Artemis gets accepted into Gotham Academy, and my nigga Black Manta is about to take this creature. Aqualad tries to sneak in, but of course, my nigga Black Manta peeps game, and a fight ensues. Aqualad and Garth were able to successfully sabotage the abduction plan, and so my nigga Black Manta just blows up the whole thing. If I can't have it, no one can. Aqualad locks in with the squad on Earth, or on the surface. He locks in with our squad. And my nigga Black Manta reports back to the light because everybody's involved with the light.
All of the people in all of the light.
Yeah.
Like,
So we open in Gotham City, and
yeah.
it's a problem. Have you ever seen Clayface before?
I think I might have, but not necessarily I'm remembering it greatly capacity. Like I've heard the name, so I know
Okay.
it's a known enough popularized. Um, so
Yes. So Clayface is a Batman villain, and Clayface has not been done in live action as of recording.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Clayface has appeared in a bunch of things, but I don't think he has been in live action so far.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you're familiar with the live action versions of Batman, you probably would have no experience with Clayface.
Okay.
And Clayface really didn't matter in this episode. He was just kind of a fill-in.
It was just a gross giant blob that was there.
Yeah, he just needed to fill a role. The whole point was A, Batman falling through the skylight because Batman's always got to come through the skylight.
Batman's just gotta look cool. That's like my second note in this whole episode is Batman is so cool.
Yeah. So he drops through the skylight, saves the day, and it was a simulation. And he's like, "Hey, Calder, let's talk."
hmm
And of course, Robin is unhappy about that. But Batman says
Yeah.
to Calder, like, "Hey, the team did fine. You're the problem. Get it together. Make a decision. Because I can't, you being here halfway, no, we're not doing that. So you need to lock in."
Yeah.
And so he decides to go and visit Atlantis. And when he gets there, he and Aquaman are, you know, speaking Atlantean or whatever. Gonna be honest, I don't love a made up language because
Yeah.
it usually made up languages don't sound natural. And maybe that's because of my dumb English brain, but whenever they are speaking in made up languages, it sounds like they are talking like this. And I
I
do not like it very much. Like it's
Yes.
like they're trying too hard. And I understand they have to because it's a made up fucking language. But like they're enunciating too much. They're not it's not natural because it's not real.
Don't disagree. However, that kind of tone situation also sounds a lot like what Calder Hardy sounds like to me, is he is talking very much like this and da da da. But it is a bit choppier when it's just sounds.
Yeah, like it sounds like what an AI kinda sounds like.
Yeah.
And not like current AI that's like semi-conversational, like OG Siri just responding to things. I
hmm
don't like it. And I've seen it in other things. I mean, like there are like a lot of nerd spaces have made up languages.
hmm
And again, because they have to because it's made up, you kind of have to speak it phonetically. Like there's no accent you can apply to it. Like you can't really make it feel real. You just
Right.
have to say the syllables. And so I'm not blaming anybody for this. I just don't like hearing a made up language because it sounds made up and there's not really a way around that. Like
Right.
it doesn't sound like their first language like it should.
No. I did they I'm trying to remember if they when they were talking they had subtitles with it though
Yes,
when they were talking.
they
Okay.
did.
Because I
And oh,
yeah.
good.
No, there's an occurrence that I th happens s-
There's an occurrence that happens.
no, not in these episodes. That's why I'm getting frustrated.
Ah,
That's why I
got
was
it.
like
Got
I'm
it. Okay.
not trying to get ahead of myself. Sorry.
I understand. Okay. So, Calder is like, "Hey, have you seen Tula anywhere?" And he eventually finds Tula and Garth, and they're, practicing. Do you?
Practicing. I'm sure that's what they call it these days.
Yes, that's what the young
Mm.
kids. Yeah. So, firstly, whenever that kid with the like octopus face was telling the story that he drew,
Yeah.
that was very like Greek myth, and
Okay.
I liked it.
I
Like I,
thought
I
it,
liked the way it looked.
yeah. I
Um, so Tula, this is my first time ever seeing Tula in anything.
okay.
But Garth has been Aqualad until now. So in everything before this, Aqualad was Garth.
Oh.
So in Teen Titans specifically, like that's the main thing that I think people would know him from. But like in the comic books, like in everything up to this point, Garth has been Aqualad.
Well, good
And
riddance. Sorry,
yeah,
Garth fans. I love
and
you
it's
so
fine.
much.
It's perfect. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, as far as I understand, until this show, and it again, I believe that this show is Calder's introduction. If he was introduced
Mhm.
in the comic books first, my bad. But yeah, so until this show, Garth was Aqualad.
Okay.
And, Mira is there also, and she's happy to see him, and they're, just catching up and all that. And there are some scientists that are like, yeah, this thing has been frozen for like ever. And yet somehow it's still alive. Like, I don't.
Frozen, you say? Like the ice people we haven't heard about since the first episode?
Maybe they did it.
Maybe they did. Maybe we're finally getting answers.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Let's see what happens there. Yeah. I If we never see them again, I want everybody listening to hear about them every episode.
They might at this point. I'm getting fed up. I got too
Good.
I got too hooked on it immediately.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of them.
A
Like
bunch of them.
Mr. Freeze, we've seen before. That's fine.
They're
But
setting
then there were
another party.
more. Yeah, there was one each. So
Yeah.
like that's a thing we need to talk about.
But we just did it. We just were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the club.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. If we never see them again, people are gonna have to hear about it.
Yep.
So I like it. So, um, I don't know about you, but I love Black Manta. Was Black Manta ever in Smallville? I doubt it.
Doubt it. I did not recognize Black Manta.
Doesn't mean no,
Does not mean no,
but
because
it does. It's a probably not. I'd be shocked if Black Manta was in Smallville,
I
but I don't know how
the
prominent
only
Aquaman was in Smallville.
Aquaman, not to the level Green Arrow was, but
Okay,
Aquaman was in Smallville. I don't think we had any Aquaman specific villainry
cool.
or partner. I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry if Black Manta's not, he's not a villain, is he? My bad.
He is a villain. Black Manta is absolutely a
Oh,
villain.
I'm sorry. Um, no, I'm trying to think if he might have been.
Like,
There's a lot of people that showed up in what's known as like, haha.
I love Black Manta. He's my guy. Anyway,
There's a lot of people that showed up in what's called Smallville season 11, which was a series of comics that came out after the show ended. That's what Smallville season 11 is. And if he showed up, he was probably in that because they had a lot more. I don't want to call
they
them
opened it up a little
obscure
bit.
characters, but yeah, the world got wider because
They were allowed to.
Superman existed at that point in the story.
Okay.
But I did not recognize this character for myself.
Cool. That's perfectly fine. Not a problem at all. I'm glad that this show is your introduction to him because this show does Black Manta very well, in my opinion.
Excellent.
So, another question that I have. So, you're not very familiar with Aquaman lore at all.
I uh
Have you seen any of the live action Aquaman movies?
I know Patrick Wilson from Phantom of the Opera's in him.
Okay.
Um because I asked I in my notes I said, is this Prince guy who Patrick Wilson is? Um because I know he's in him.
Yes.
I know who the live action Aquaman are.
Yes.
The end.
Okay. So, yes, Patrick Wilson played Prince Orm.
See, I know useless things about the Aquaman like that.
I wouldn't say useless, but okay, cool. So you just know that that actor played that character, but you don't know anything about that character.
I don't know anything about that character specifically. I remember generally from seeing the first so there's not a lot of backstory that happens in Smallville with Aquaman. Like Aquaman is in multiple episodes. There's not a lot of backstory that occurs with him there. I did watch Momoa Aquaman. Did I retain a lot of it? But I watched it. I know he is like of land and sea.
Okay.
I don't know if any of this is going to pertain to anything you're about to tell me. I might know nothing that's relevant.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell you anything. I'm
Okay.
kind of gauging what do you
But I know.
already know.
I think Atlantis is cool. And
Okay.
I'd love to go there. I love, love to go to ocean stuff that's not scary, but then scary stuff started happening. So then I was like, oh, maybe not.
Okay, cool. So, obviously, Black Manta's up to no good.
Hmm.
Like, we don't know what's happening yet, but, we see his men doing stuff. And we see that Dick is furious
Yes.
that he punched a hole in a concrete wall. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's bullshit." You no. That would what?
Get that kid in line.
Get get him on a line. Like he need to be playing football if he's strong enough to punch
Get
a hole in
him
a
on
concrete
the
wall.
line.
That was crazy. What do you do?
No, you're right. You're
No.
right. You're right. I was like, that's not in his repertoire usually. What's going on?
Yeah, like you are a human boy.
Yep.
What are you doing? But whatever. Batman sees that and he's like, "Hey, how about some one-on-one?" Hand-eye coordinate, like a very dad thing to do.
Yes.
And so we like this Batman.
I like this Batman. This Batman is exactly what I thought Clark should be acting like with Clark.
Yep, that tracks.
I do like with him with this one-on-one time everything. I was like I liked the design perspective of putting him in like more casual clothes, seeing Bruce in more casual clothing. I was like, oh,
Seeing him as a dad.
just this bro that's not a bazillionaire, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, just in a tank top.
Yeah,
Had to play some b-ball.
just a ball with the
Okay.
kiddo.
And we see Calder say to Tula, like, "Hey, I'm thinking about staying." And we see Garth and Tula being like, "We need to tell him."
Oh, I got so mad immediately.
I'm sure, because I'm sure that whenever they said we have to tell him, you were like, "Oh, I know what you're gonna tell him." But I wasn't mad because I don't want him in it. I don't want him with Tula anyway.
I didn't want that, but what I didn't want more was Counter being upset.
Yeah, for him to be hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, maybe until when I watched this for the first time, until they said we're gonna have to tell him, I thought we were gonna add more Aqua people to the roster.
Ah.
Because again, Garth is Aqualad until this. And so we have seen Garth interact with Robin and Speedy and, these people before.
Hmm.
So I thought that we were gonna just add an Aqua person or two to the squad. I figured something bad is gonna happen to Garth, or Garth is gonna choose to stay, and Tool is gonna be like, I wanna, learn surface stuff, and then yeah, like we were just gonna bring her in.
Hmm.
But obviously, not what ended up happening. So, um, Aquaman is, they're having dinner, and like that's where Calder says, "Hey, I'm thinking about
Stay.
staying." And Aquaman is like, "We are with child.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my king. We finally have an heir, yada yada." And then um, you know, Aquaman gets summoned. Superman is like, "Hey, we got a situation. Watchtower now." And Aquaman is like, "Take a swim with me." I loved that when they'd swim, their hands would be behind their backs. Like it was a very regal way to swim.
Casual, like yeah, like
Yeah,
prim and
I loved
proper.
it. I loved it, and it was consistent.
Yes.
And I was like, that is how they would swim.
Yep.
I support it. Like that's how they would take a stroll or whatever. It's very royal. I liked
Hmm.
it. And so, um, they have their discussion, and then Calder's like, "Hey, Tula, I got something to tell you." And she was like, "Well, I have something to tell you." And
So
he was
she
like, "I'll
does.
go first. I want to stay here in Atlantis because of you." And she was like, "Oh, buddy, I,
She was like, tough luck, bro. I was
yeah,
hoping you would never come back.
yeah, me and Garth found each other in your absence."
Like, he's been gone 2 months.
Yeah, about if not a little longer, but yeah, that's about
A
right.
little. Like,
Yeah. And because one of the things, Queen
Oh,
Mira was like, "You've been behind in your studies. You wouldn't be in the same class." And I was like, "It hadn't been that long, and my man's
no.
is good."
He's better than them.
But yeah,
Yeah. That's
so
why he got to be Aqualad instead.
you know. And then while his life is being destroyed emotionally, his world starts to be destroyed
Physically.
actually. Like
Yep.
buildings start blowing up. And it's like, oh shit, terrorist attacks. This isn't good.
No.
So Aqualad is, talking through it using the skills he's acquired, and he's like, the only sector that they didn't attack was Sector 4. That's where the science center is. We know that that's where the thing is. That
Mhm.
thing, that's what they're after. Let's go handle it. And, there's a whole, who do we like, what are we gonna do? Who do we protect? Because Tula gets got.
Yep. And you know what?
I was pretty okay with it.
I wasn't upset for Garth at all.
I was upset for no one. I was like, that's
I
what
was a
happens.
little upset for
Be
Calvin
better.
because he
Yeah, be better
deserved
next time.
better.
Yeah,
But I was like, you know what? Karma.
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And so Aqualad is like, I'm gonna go take care of that. And Garth is like, I'm gonna go too. Like, no, 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 no. You stay here with Tula.
See what you're grown.
That's what you need to do.
That's
You
what
need to
you
stay here
want.
with her.
Oh.
But I'll go take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because Queen Mira, like Orm is like, I need to protect the queen, and the queen needs no protection.
No.
Like she's
She
in there
has.
working. Let me tell you, who's a problem is Queen Mira. There are definitely a lot of times where you get to see her go. She's too much.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, um, Aqualad goes to handle it, and then Garth is behind him. And Aqualad again is like, you should have stayed your ass with Tula, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. We're here now.
Whatever.
So then we're taken back to the surface where Artemis has been accepted into Gotham Academy.
Yeah.
And her mom opens the mail and is like, "Hey, you got mail. You got," and she's like, "You opened my mail. What are you doing?"
Right.
Did her mom remind you of anybody?
Should she have?
She should have.
Shoot.
That's
No.
okay. There's time. Okay, there's time.
Okay.
But I want you to look at her mom and think about
Dang.
just the stuff you've seen already.
Dang. I should have known then.
It's okay. So yeah, her mom is like, "Hey, you need to do this," and she's like, "No, my friends are at Gotham North or whatever. Like, I'm not transferring."
Mm-hmm.
And her mom puts her foot down as much as her mom can and said, "These are not opportunities that you get ever."
No.
And Artemis is like, "I'll do it for you. That's fine." And then her mom is, super happy about it
Yeah.
because it was very much a situation of like, you need to take advantage of this opportunity because I wasn't able to. Like, this is not a situation that I got. And so you need to make decisions that will make your life better, that will improve your situation.
All right.
And so Artemis is like, yeah, yeah, for you, I'll do it. And I assume this is where Robin is going. I assume that's the same school Dick is in.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, I don't know if he's in middle school. I don't know. He's probably not. He's probably in high school. Whatever. Um, so we see the Black Manta is trying to take this creature. Like he's got a fully phased plan to get this thing uh abducted.
Mm-hmm.
So Aqualad and Garth, they start getting in there, and Aqualad pulls a Robin. Like they're just kind of talking, and then he just disappears.
Done.
And then he handles some people, and then Aqualad kind of flexing a little bit is like, yeah,
As he
as he
should.
should. I had no. I was like, good.
Yes,
Show him what we can do.
mm-hmm.
Because one of the things that Mira says to Garth is like, you're far too predictable and you can't be that way in an actual altercation.
AKA you're boring, Garth.
Yeah, like you're going to
Uh,
be easily defeated because you don't have razzle dazzle.
mm-mm.
Like you can't showtime on these dudes.
But you know who can showtime
You
on
know
these?
who can showtime on these dudes? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Calder got the razzle dazzle.
100%.
And so they try to, sneak in to figure out what's going on. And of course, Black Manta sees that he's got the weapons on him.
Hmm.
And so Black Manta is like, "Hey, what's up, Calderam?" And, a fight starts. Because, Black Manta's too much. And what we have seen is that the people, whenever I saw that Black Manta saw that, I was like, oh, he's a part of the light. Because
Okay.
whenever we, like earlier, when we saw Sportsmaster, like, saw that Miss Martian was around, but, like, didn't actually, like, so nobody else knew she was there, but he knew she was there. And so I
Hmm.
was like, somebody at that skill level, they're a part of the light.
Hmm.
So whenever I saw him see that, I was like, "Oh, yep, he's in the light too."
Speaking. Okay.
Everybody's in the light. Clearly,
All of them at this point.
all of them. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm surprised we didn't see Clarion say something.
Yep.
But also, he's weird, and him
I don't
not.
need to hear him say anything else, honestly.
Yeah, like he doesn't strike me as somebody who would report to the light
He's too
like that.
ornery for that.
Yeah, like he's the light is like, we don't need your brand of chaos. Like the light is far too organized to be dealing with somebody like him.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe we see some later. But yeah, so a fight ensues, and Aqualad and Garth are able to, stop the abduction.
Hmm.
Um, Aqualad is out there working, and Garth, eventually finds it in him. Like he summons the power of the Tempest, which Tempest
Took
is
his
his
sweet
new
time,
name.
but whatever. His
Like
name is Tempest.
that's his hero name. Yeah, is Tempest.
Show him. Sorry.
I mean,
Not
no,
sorry,
I get it.
actually.
I felt the
Not
same
Garth.
way about Garth. I was like, fuck Garth.
Yeah.
I don't like him. Because I have a new Aqualad now. Back when Garth was the only Aqualad, I was like, I mean, sure, this is fine. I never liked him anyway, but I was like, eh. Now that I have the Aqualad I wanted, I was like, good. I could
I
never
have
see Garth again, and it'll be too soon.
I have my one and only. And I'm actually, ever since you told me at this episode, oh, he was Aqualad, I'm just mad that even ever happened
Yep,
when Cal's just that guy.
yeah, exactly. And also, he was voiced by Sasuke from Naruto, who I also don't really care for.
Good freaking riddance to this guy.
Yeah, get
Ugh.
him off my screen. Again, if I never see him again, that's
Too
fine.
cute.
So yeah, they sabotage the plan, and Black Manta's like, "Oh, if I can't have it, nobody can."
Mood.
And then yeah, he
Relatable.
starts blowing more shit up, and it's like, okay,
All right.
that's what we're doing. And Aqualad is like, "Cool,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go back to my home
He's home.
where I am like where I'm wanted.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
where I'm gonna go."
Hmm.
And yeah, he says, "No, I'm here 100%. I'm locked in to my squad."
Yeah, he is.
So good. I was like, yes, the decision I wanted all along. You can go back to Atlantis for Christmas. That's fine. But when you're at work, we're up
Be at
here.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. I loved it. I was like, good. The right decision was made.
Yes.
Tula doesn't deserve you.
No, I will say, unshocking that Cal's a better person than I am because he was so just like, you know what, you two have each other, da, da, da. And I was like,
I
I would
wish you
never
nothing but the best.
speak to them again. I would,
Yeah, I wish you nothing but the best.
I wouldn't have a whole, I wouldn't even say that. I would just be, bye.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah. And he just did this whole like little thing of like, da, da, da. And I was like, listen, I don't know what the relationship with Tula was before you went to save the world for 2 months. Um, but clearly it was something enough that I think girl was totally just doing you wrong. And your bro was too. Freaking Garth. Garth.
Yeah. Also, not a great name. I don't love the name Garth. Just
Only one
generally.
person's allowed to be
There's
Garth,
only one Garth. There's
and
only
that is
one
Mr.
true
Brooks.
Garth.
And
Brooks.
no one else is allowed to have that
Yeah.
name because it doesn't sound good on anyone
That
else.
is the only the one and true Garth is Garth Brooks. Yes.
Anyone else with that name, joke.
Yeah. What are you doing? How dare
Get
you?
out of here.
It's disrespectful.
Truly.
So, uh, Black Manta reports back to the light. He's like, "Hey, this is the
Chicken
situation,"
might.
and they were like, "Yeah, we're good. We got what we needed." So, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of this episode?
I had fun with this. I love Calder. So when I saw it was going to be a full him episode, I was like, great. This is what I'm here for. He's been a character that I unexpectedly have come to, I think, like the most of them.
You love Calder. Like anybody who doesn't love Calder, I'm like, "What's wrong with
What's
you?"
wrong? They like Garth. That's why we've got issues. Um, no, I really love Calder and having a whole episode for him, I was excited about it. And I was really into it because I'm really into Calder. So the whole finding himself and finding his belonging kind of thing, because I, he's very dutiful to Aquaman, clearly, but I like that he saw that he could be that and be for the Young Justice group
Yep.
too. Because obviously that's where Aquaman thinks he is strongest, or Aquaman wouldn't have let him go do that.
Yep. So,
Which is
yeah.
another joke of the whole like you'd be behind on your studies. Like Aquaman said, go save the world.
Yeah.
I think he's
Like
fine.
there's bigger things going on.
I think he can do it.
Yeah. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Excellent. I'm glad.
Oh yeah.
I also had a good time with these episodes. They let us know a lot of things. They brought in some more lore,
Oh
some
yes.
more stuff. Because again, even though this was an episode about Aqualad, we learned that Artemis like lives with her mom and
Hmm.
that her mom wants what's best for her because those opportunities have not been afforded to her mom.
Right.
So we even like that little tight 30 seconds was still very important because we still know very little about Artemis. And this humanized her because again, we don't trust her yet.
I don't trust her, and I know what they were trying to do, and I was like, okay, I
Because
got this.
they kind of just snuck that in this episode.
They did, and they don't got me yet.
I don't know, I get it. And
Not
that's
yet.
fine.
And on the other hand of things, the other thing they snuck in was the West family little dinner thing. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I forgot
look
about
at
that.
these guys. Look
They
at
did
these
sneak in the
cuties,
West
little
dinner.
speedsters, all like so normalized.
Yeah.
But then they try to do the same thing with Artemis, and I was like, get out.
Stop it.
You're doing something that
Not
I don't like.
interested,
I don't know what you're doing, but I don't
but I
think I
don't like it.
like it.
Yeah, I forgot about I forgot to mention the West dinner. Yeah.
It's such a little small situation,
And
but
they were kind of clowning. They were like, "I wish that Wally was that fast."
it was so
And
fun. It's like,
And
yeah.
it was like, well, my J is not that fast either. And it was like, well, come on. It was like, well, you're retired. I get it, but you're not that fast anymore. So
It was
sorry.
cute.
I was like, okay.
I like it too because I feel like obviously so many of these kids are a lot of them have some kind of, or not all, but a couple of them have the familial connection going on with them. Like Artemis has got a familial connection and whatnot. But like to see the actual, again, this is me being hypocritical that I liked the familial connection with the West, and then you give it to me with Artemis, and I was like, get off my screen.
Yeah, ew.
Um,
And we also see that McGann and Connor
mm,
are living in the tower,
hmm.
and they had their little moment. That was something that
They
we
did, but you know, now Calder is alone and needs someone to be there for him.
he needs somebody to help him he needs somebody to help cook.
And Megan can do that.
Because that's the thing, like, it was funny. That moment was funny because, she was just throwing stuff at him. And so now
Hmm.
he's covered in ingredients. And then whenever Red Tornado walked in, they split up so quick. He was still covered in ingredients.
Yeah,
Like,
that was funny. I specifically have a note from that moment that says none of these romances are happening the way I want them, and I say that angrily, despite thinking that was a really cute interaction with Megan and Connor. So I'm aware. I'm not in denial or anything. I'm just
I just thought like that was what was funny to me was like he's just back on the couch watching
covered in
Static
flour and
covered in eggs,
yes,
and yeah, like that was I was like, what?
casual.
Clearly, y'all were doing something. If Red Tornado walked in and y'all had to do the quickest, yeah, like
Oh yeah.
obviously something was about to go down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're about to defile that kitchen or whatever aliens do.
Whatever they, I don't know.
So yeah, that was funny
One
to me.
moment.
But okay, yeah, these episodes were a good time.
I'd argue my favorite two episodes so far.
Okay,
I think so. I had a lot of fun. Again, like both of them had things that I was really excited about and expanded some of my world stuff for it too. So I had a fun time with them.
excellent. I love it. Anything else on the episodes?
I've said my piece, I think.
Okay, good. In the next episode, we will be discussing season 1, episodes 9 and 10. So until then, salutations.